Hi, everybody.
Hello. We don't know where Johnny is. Hopefully he'll join us shortly.
Maybe he was like me and fell asleep and is just now waking up,
Yeah.
I might need you guys to hold down the fort too, because it's just me and the baby, and she's going to start screaming here in a little bit to get fed.
I know she take a break to feed her.
I know she is, but yeah. So we've had torrential downpour here in Southern California. We have survived. We're still here. It's supposed to rain some more later this evening. It was supposed to be yesterday, today, and the next 2 days. Today we didn't get any rain here yet, but I think it's supposed to start up again in a little bit. See, there she goes already. I told you it was gonna. And if I would have woken up earlier, I would have fed her. But you see, yeah, the rain's supposed to start tomorrow at 4. So it's rain Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, according to this.
We warmed up a little bit this week. We're not in the 20s anymore. We were in the 20s Sunday, Monday.
Wow.
Got a little snow, a little dusting.
Wow. My coworker, she moved back east to Maine. She sent me a picture that they got a crap ton of snow. Well, I wouldn't say a crap ton. It was like she said, like 2 to 3 inches yesterday in Maine. So, yeah. Lord, sorry. I'm still trying to wake up, you guys. I woke up like literally like 20 minutes before we were supposed to go live. So I'm chugging soda. So what's up with you, Jen? Anything new?
Nothing new. If you'd like, I'm sorry, I was reading D Girl's haiku she wrote for us. Petty sparks arise, tarot cards flip with a smirk, truth's edge sharp and small. Thanks, D Girl. Nothing like a little haiku for the day.
Oh, man.
So if you'd like a reading with Jen Lynn Tarot, go to jenlynntarot.com. My website, 2 N's in Jen, 2 N's in Lynn. Or if you'd like to purchase a gift card for a birthday or Christmas or anything. I've been just kind of taking it easy this week. It was like overload of stuff going on with the finally swearing in our Arizona lady and releasing all the dump of the Epstein document.
Well, those are coming from the estate.
Yeah.
So everybody keep that in mind. That's coming from a subpoena because Ro Khanna was watching Lawrence O'Donnell a while back, and Lawrence O'Donnell or somebody on Lawrence O'Donnell's show had suggested to subpoena the estate, and Ro Khanna happened to be watching. He's like, "That's a great idea." So he did that. That's how they've been getting some of the emails that we've seen. And holy, if you guys could have been a fly on the wall when the whole rumor started about Bubba, because her and Johnie hadn't heard about it, Jen.
No, I'd seen it.
The way I fell out of my chair, the internet, dude. I haven't had this much fun since that 1 week we thought he was dead. Remember for that whole week when he wasn't found and everybody thought he was dead and we were all like celebrating because we thought he was freaking dead.
And there were stuff flying on Twitter, saying he was going to resign. He's not going to resign.
Oh, no.
No way he's going to resign.
We're talking about a guy who tried to literally overthrow the government to stay in power. Do you think some sex tapes or whatever the hell is in those things is going to make him resign? No.
So,
there is no bottom to that barrel.
Because we have a new moon coming up on the 17th or 20th or something. And I heard something about that was when they're going to vote on the Epstein stuff.
And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If everybody's following, hey, Lori.
Hey, Lori.
For people that are following. So he promised to release the files. Then Bondi said she had the files and they were on her desk. Then we heard that the files were a hoax and didn't exist, but somehow they did exist because Bondi was reviewing them, but they didn't exist until they told him that he was all over the files. So it became a Democratic hoax. And then now he's asking them to open up investigation into Bill Clinton and JP Morgan for a file that didn't exist that is a hoax. Did I get that right?
And he's trying to blame, like Obama and Biden for not releasing them. And it's like they couldn't because, they weren't there under Obama. Biden couldn't release it because there were charges pending on Ghislaine.
And here's the thing. And I want to thank Stephanie, if she's in the chat, for bringing this to my attention. When we did the latest Grand Tableau we did on him, the Epstein files were in the corners. It was the first house, the 8th house, the 32nd house, and the 25th house. It hit the corners. And I told, because you were in the chat, and I said that does not get resolved within the timeline of this tableau. So for the next year, those files are still going to be hanging over his head. Thank you, Stephanie. And I could not figure out why for the life of me. And the only reason I know that that's not going to get resolved is because we saw the same thing happen a couple of Grand Tableaus back with the classified documents case. It was hitting the corners of his tableau. It was never resolved. It was an ongoing issue for the entire year of that tableau. Well, come to find out, it was never resolved because it got thrown out because, what happened. Same thing with this. And Stephanie reminded me, Congress and whatever can subpoena all they want. If Pam Bondi says she's opening up an investigation, you don't have to release them because it's an ongoing investigation.
Yeah.
So
they can play this game for delay. And
I would not hold my breath on, and I'm just saying that because of what was in the GT, and for Stephanie bringing it to my attention, I wouldn't hold my breath. If we see anything, it might be from the estate and all, and probably whistleblowers or whatever. But
so there were like 20,000 pages they've released of emails, which I haven't read them. I've just seen the clips of them through people posting about it. Did I hear right that they're going to release like 50,000 more, or they had up to 50,000? They're going to release more pages?
The last dump from the estate was 20,000. I haven't seen, I think, but then again, today I just fell asleep, so I didn't have time to look, but I'm not sure. Everything that's coming out is coming out from the estate. So there's probably
I think there's more coming from the estates. What they said, the first dump was 20,000 or something. By the way, Lori in the chat, Lori and I, right before we went live, texted me. We're going to go live on Thanksgiving Day. Don't know whose channel yet, but watch for me and Lori to go live on Thanksgiving Day. We like to go live on holidays when we can.
Oh, that's so nice, because I'm going to be driving all over the freaking state going from house. I have like 3 Thanksgivings this year. So I'm going to be exhausted because I'll be driving everywhere. So
we haven't set a time yet or whose channel. Lori, we can go live on your channel if you like. Usually it's in the afternoon because we try not to interfere with Autumn from Black and Orange. She goes live at noon. Mm-hmm. So we usually do it after that.
So, but yeah, those Epstein files, and then the whole stuff with, I know it could just be an inside joke between Epstein and his brother about Trump blowing Bubba and everybody thinking that it was Bill Clinton. Listen, I'm going to hang on to that because it's the most fun I've had since I thought he was dead for like a week. Okay. And the internet is so petty. Jennie, they're calling him Donica Lewinsky. They even made pictures.
Oh my God, Donica.
They made pictures. They made AI videos of him dressed up like Donica Lewinsky. People talking about, oh, it all makes sense now. The YMCA and the this dance and
Yeah.
the trying to blow off the microphone and not
That's what I was going to say. His fascination with YMCA, and there's like 3 men, adult men, who were teenagers years ago that supposedly Trump had settled with out of court that he had
molested them. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, they're making references to the YMCA and the blowing off the microphone and not shutting up about Arnold Palmer's dick. Remember that when it was like a whole week he wouldn't shut up about Arnold Palmer's dick. You know, they're showing all these videos with the saxophone playing of Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. That's why he hates Hillary Clinton, because he wants her man. It's just so petty. It's so petty. It's so petty.
Yeah, somebody in the chat mentioned Roy Cohn. You know, if you remember back in the 80s, Roy Cohn, who was his lawyer, goes all the way back to McCarthy era crap.
Yeah.
But he was known, you know, he died of AIDS. But that was his buddy, his lawyer. He's always saying, where's my Roy Cohn?
Yeah. Yeah. They're saying that Ghislaine Maxwell's horse was named Bubba. Like, I mean, it's just so petty. They made songs about it, Jen. Songs about Trump blowing Bill Clinton. Songs about Trump and Epstein on the. I mean, the internet is so petty right now. But I'm here for it. I'm so here for it.
Speaking of lawyers, has anybody seen anything with Michael Cohen since this drop? It's like, God, I can't believe. I don't know, maybe it was before his time, like payoffs to people that he had molested.
The only thing that I saw in reference to Michael Cohen was linked to the release of the latest Epstein files. And that was when Michael Cohen was being questioned by Congress. There was a congresswoman, the lady from the Virgin Islands, who was live texting with Jeffrey Epstein to question Michael Cohen about Donald Trump. And that was happening live. She was texting Jeffrey Epstein live as she was questioning Michael Cohen. And I think it was the Washington Post that broke that, because they were able to watch they were like, why is this congresswoman who's a Democrat from the Virgin Islands texting Jeffrey Epstein? And then they matched it up to the video footage that we have of that questioning, and it was word for word and text for text. So that's how they were able to link it. And I think that came out in the Washington Post. But that's the only thing that I have seen so far in reference to.
Like, I haven't heard him comment on it. And it's like, you know, he's always said like he didn't know anything about Epstein. But I'm like, you know, you can't have worked that close with this man not knowing something was going on.
Dude, Jeffrey Epstein played a hand in getting I Like Beer on the fucking Supreme Court. Think about that. Think about that. He had influence on getting I Like Beer on SCOTUS.
We should read on the.
Oh, we are. Trust me, we are. He was talking to. I think it was that. I think. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. He was emailing the Wolf guy, who I think is the author, and Michael Wolf was telling him how to blackmail fucking Donald Trump. You know, like, you could do this and then he'll be in debt to you and blah, 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 blah. It's like, wait a minute, what the fuck? And enough of this bullshit with what I don't understand is how not enough journalists on the news are not talking about it. Michael Wolff was sitting on a mountain of evidence. A mountain of evidence going back at least 2 decades.
I'm amazed.
Was doing. He saw the pictures and he fucking didn't think to call the FBI. Didn't think to fucking report it to the cops.
He pisses me off. Like I will never buy one of his books.
No, fuck that guy.
He knew it was going on and had evidence of it and had seen photos and everything else and did nothing. I'm like, get out of here with Michael Wolff. I'm tired of seeing him on the news.
He's basically complicit.
Yeah.
You're watching a fucking crime. And it's not a crime of somebody breaking in and robbing the 7-Eleven. You're trafficking human beings for sex slaves, basically. And you're just like, eh. So what else can you tell me about you know what I mean? And then you're going to write a book exploiting that shit to get money?
Waiting till 20 years later, writing a book? Come on.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can't wrap my head around how, if you're claiming that you were sitting there and Jeffrey Epstein went to his safe and took out pictures of Donald Trump with girls, underage girls, on his lap that were nearly naked, what in your mind didn't click to say, I should report this? His mind went straight to, that would be great material for a book. What?
And it has audio tape of Epstein. Like somebody said that he had gone to CNN and they didn't want to touch it or whatever. It's like,
why couldn't you go to the FBI?
You can go to the FBI. You can write. You're a writer, so you can write op-eds for newspapers and stuff. Yeah, he's a greedy little asshole in my opinion.
He is a piece of shit. And if I'm remembering correctly, and Stephanie was saying, thank you, Stephanie, that Michael Wolff is saying that he's got over 100 hours worth of audio.
Yeah.
And you've been sitting on that for how many fucking years? And you never thought that, hey, I have evidence to a crime? What the fuck, man? Like I am the media and journalists, not in general, but the prominent ones have seriously failed the American people, in my view. Had we had this information 10 years ago, none of this shit would be happening now, But I think it was Michael Wolff that was emailing Epstein talking about how he could manipulate Trump and all this other stuff and how to blackmail him. And it's like,
trying to teach him how to blackmail him.
What the fuck, So, yeah, exactly. He wrote a book about Trump and nobody wanted to prosecute him.
And Megyn Kelly in her mouth, 15's okay, but 8 years old is not.
Talk about shifting the Overton window. Talk about shifting.
It explains why they want to lower the age of consent to 15.
Last time I checked, that was called, oh God, what's the word for it? Oh yeah, grooming. That word you like to
have a teenage daughter, somebody traffic her and see how she likes it.
Yeah. When I heard that, I was like, you are such a fucking pick-me girl, I swear. And then the girls are fighting, Jen. The girls are fighting MTG and Donald Trump. He called her Wacky Marge. He gave her a nickname.
He said he no longer endorses her.
Endorses her. And now Marjorie Taylor Greene's coming out saying that she's getting death threats and all this other stuff. I'm like, good. The shoe's on the other foot, bitch, because she carried water for that man for the last 10 years. I remember her standing on the tarmac in her little red dress waiting for Trump to come and say hello, and he done walked right by her ass, didn't even acknowledge her, and she still was a piece of shit for that man.
He sat in the meeting the night before January 6th at the Willard Hotel.
Yeah.
Don't give me that crap, Marjorie.
No, yeah, I mean, we will still hate you because you're overall a horrible piece of crap. But if you want to drop some tea, I'm all ears. It ain't gonna make us like you, but I'm all ears. you know. So yeah, we have a lot to cover tonight. So
Yeah, Peggy's talking about Peter Thiel's in the files. Yeah, his name's there quite a bit. So, yes, there were probably young men and young ladies both for entertainment purposes only. YouTube. I hate to say that pedophilia is entertainment.
no, it's not entertainment. For allegedly, we'll say allegedly. Allegedly. We can only speculate because they sure are working overtime to keep that from coming to light. You know. So, anyways,
you're right, Chris. MTG's made millions off insider trading. So get out of here with her crap.
yeah, insider trading, harassing her fellow Congress people.
Yeah,
like literally harassing. If I went to work and I acted like that clown, I would have been fired with a restraining order. You know what I mean? And now because you were such a pick-me girl, you were on your hands and knees sucking that micro penis for who knows how long before you got it in your head that you were not useful and you weren't going to climb the ladder. Now you have a problem with it. Now you grew confidence.
I don't see her trying to work with Dems to get the government reopened or anything. She's still
As a matter of fact, when she was running around all over every media channel that would have her, she was openly criticizing the Republicans. Yeah, it's our fault. But then she was also blaming the Democrats. And she was carrying water for Trump. Oh, it's the Republicans and the Democrats that are wrong, but Trump did nothing. Trump did nothing. Trump did absolutely nothing. As if we're stupid and we can't go online and verify that Marjorie Taylor Greene did indeed vote for the big, beautiful bill. And again, to the failures of the media, nobody in the media, they all gave her a microphone to let her go over there and sensationalize this because it's drama. But nobody checked her and said, you voted for the big, beautiful bill. That was a precursor to all this shit right now. Yeah. You know? So yeah. You know, she brought up naked pictures of Hunter Biden and like, you're a piece of shit. Nobody cares what you have to. I'm just here to watch you get dragged as your karma for everything you did to everybody else. Thank you, Julie. What a disgusting human being she is. So I don't even know where to start with all this because there is a ton just on the Epstein files, but just out of curiosity. Oh, and then you know what else happened? For entertainment purposes only, if you are a sensitive person,
tonight is not the night for you if you're sensitive viewers.
It's not the night for you. You might want to get gone because it's going to get crass. So apparently a university somewhere, I forget where it was, did a DNA study on the mustache man, if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah.
Because they had a piece of fabric.
The German one.
A piece of fabric from where he allegedly offed himself. You know what they found?
I saw that.
He had a micro penis. I'm like, it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. Like, oh my God. So yeah, micro penises, blowing Bill Clinton. The girls are fighting. It's a lot.
Thank you, Lucky Girl, for posting the warnings. You might want to repost that periodically for new arrivals.
Yeah, because I don't want to. I'm just giving you a fair warning. If I go into check my comments later and people are like, oh my God, this is so gross, I've never watched. Blocked. I've already given you a fair warning. This is not for you. If you're a pearl clutcher and doesn't like cursing or gross, you know, it's not for you. So, anyways.
I've got a place I want to start, if we can. I would like to know Trump's kids, what they think of Daddy and all these document dumps and stuff. Like, have they always known he was a pedophile? Or
Jen, we're talking about the guy that openly lusted after his own daughter. Yeah, who wasn't of age. So I don't.
May have his sons too. We don't know because apparently he's into both. So I just kind of want to look at, they don't care because money. What do his kids think about this document dump and his alleged pedophilia? Wow, they're just like Daddy.
Uh-huh.
They're worried about the money, their lifestyle. Their lifestyle is burdened.
Exactly, Carmen. Carmen is saying something very important. Notice how none of his family members have come out to defend him in regards to this whole Epstein thing. That right there speaks volumes.
Their messaging is to act surprised. They're trapped in this family, so they can't say too much because they depend on him. You know, they'll say it's a lie and all the partying and everything, but they know his lifestyle. It's all about the lifestyle. They're just worried about the money.
Did they know? Yes. A deep-rooted, regular, circular, routine thing. Probably also something that he contracted health-wise that burns. Okay. But then this also flew out too. So it could be like something that he contracted, a health issue that he contracted that burns, that was an infection of some sort. So he could have gotten gonorrhea, herpes, syphilis, chlamydia, whatever, something that burns. But also because the tree is there, if it's not something that's long standing with a lot of roots and grows, it could also be something health related. So like some sort of could be a mental health issue that they're well aware of that causes him to do that. But it's a yes. This is definitely a yes.
Okay, so I got one more question. Trump and Epstein had Thanksgiving together in 2017. After he supposedly broke off with him, at Mar-a-Lago, Epstein came for Thanksgiving. So they've spent time together, and Epstein's plane has followed Trump's back and forth while he was in office, back and forth to Florida.
And he was giving away intel on Trump to the Russians on how to freaking manipulate and play the guy.
Yeah. But
wow.
My question is, has Trump been with minors while he's been in office, either first term or second term? Because he's still staying in touch with Jeffrey. Has he been with any minors while being in office? Because he's gone back to Mar-a-Lago how many times, in his other golf clubs? I get a yes.
I get a no.
You get a no?
Nope. Go ahead.
I get a yes, big time. Manipulating, coordinating it out steadily. There's been some fights behind the scenes about it, and payouts and stuff. This is routinely, they're burdened by his celebrity as president, but yes, ma'am, yes. Especially around Christmas time, there's a Christmas wreath on the world card, and that's jumping out at me, especially like go home for Christmas. And yep, I'm getting a yes.
I got to know. He was cut off from it somehow. And he also cut off the head of the snake because that was danger and to prevent betrayals. So there's trouble and betrayals. There's the sex and the abuse and the fighting and then cutting it off. These two cutting the head off the snake. And we all know what happened to Epps, who took care of that problem. Okay? Yep. So I'm just saying. But moving along, did he blow Bill Clinton?
Is Bill Bubba?
Did Donald Trump blow Bill Clinton?
Did Donica blow?
Donica Lewinsky, baby. No, I did not have that on my bingo card for this year. I did not have Donica blowing Bubba.
See, but Epstein was Jewish, and Bubba or Booby or what Boobie. It's a term of endearment for a grandmother or a loved one.
No, that's Bubby. Bubby. Or Bubba. Bubby is for grandmothers. Bubba is little boys. So. Yeah, exactly. Bubby means grandma. Bubba is little boys. So, but that's the thing. Bill Clinton's brother, or I'm sorry, Jeffrey Epstein's brother said it's not Bill Clinton, but he didn't deny everything else in that statement. He didn't deny that Donica blew Bubba. He just said Bubba wasn't Bill. So,
I get it's Trump and someone younger, someone underage that would burden him to for it to come out who it was while traveling. So maybe on the plane or something.
Hold on, I'm going to ask. Did Trump blow Bill Clinton? No.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna ask who is Bubba.
I'm gonna try it that way, because every time I've read on Bill, did he do anything with the, because he Trump or not Trump, Epstein supported Bill Charities Foundation. So every time I have read on Bill, I did not get a yes that he did anything with these younger people.
I mean, we all know Clinton's a pig, but I don't think he's a pig like that.
Yeah.
He's a pig that'll go stick his pecker in a grown woman, any grown woman with a heartbeat. I don't think he would do it to a minor. And if he did, and there was evidence of it, fucking indict his ass and prosecute him just like we would everybody else.
Who is Bubba? So MAGA's will be losing their mind. Not only is he a pedophile, but he's also into young men.
Well, they've been defending the whole. I'm talking about shifting the Overton window, just like Megyn Kelly. Just like Megyn Kelly.
A woman knows the secret of who Bubba is. I get again, it's someone younger that he traveled with or traveled to see. And it's somebody he paid off. Like he sent somebody to go pay him off or pay his family off.
I get that it was a senior executive that he was bribing. Executive manager, hedge fund manager, someone that has a lot of power, influence, and resources. Older. Bribes.
Hedge fund.
A senior executive. I didn't say hedge fund specifically. I said, but this is somebody like a hedge fund manager.
Yeah,
because the bear is very powerful. It's the boss, the top boss. Powerful with a lot of resources, control. Older here with the lilies, senior, and then bribes. So I'm getting that he blew off some sort of senior executive, and it looks like it might be some sort of hedge fund manager, maybe, but because he in that thing he asked, does Putin still have the picture of Trump blowing Bubba?
Well, he's got like hedge fund guys in his cabinet, or in his administration too. So
it might be somebody that's there, and it might be somebody that we've never even heard of. That
yeah.
Just like all these people in the files that we don't even know who they are, because they're not in the administration, and nobody knows who they are until they're mentioned, and then they go, "Oh, so and so, who was the executive of XYZ." Otherwise, we wouldn't know who these people are. It's not Peter Thiel, Mom. It's a senior executive, and it looks like, because of the bear and the lilies, those two together, it looks like some sort of hedge fund manager. Because think about it, like hedge funds, in my mind, they're typically like, how do I explain it? It's like old money. It's like old money, that sort of thing. Do you see what I'm saying? And you can inherit the hedge fund. And do you see what I'm saying? So that's why I was saying that. That's what I'm getting in my head, like some sort of a hedge fund manager or something like that. Yeah, Bear Stearns, I don't freaking know. But it's a high up executive that has a crap ton of money. And in my mind, for some reason, it's almost feeling like hedge fund of some sort. I could be wrong. I don't know. So moving along. I like beer. Apparently, Epstein was pulling strings to get I like beer on SCOTUS.
Which means, remember I said there's a Supreme Court somebody in the Epstein files?
Honey, I'm surprised it's not all of them. Minus the
women.
Minus the Handmaid's Tale. And I mean all of them on the conservative side.
Well, it'd be the men.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not Kavanaugh, especially not Thomas and Alito, because we know Thomas has a history of sexual misconduct. And Alito, and I like beer, and Roberts. I am surprised. And fuck, even Gorsuch. Might as well throw him in there too, So, yeah, I guess he was advising people to put him on there. So is he going to be, is I like beer eventually going to be, because I'm not holding my breath for anything while the Republicans control everything. It ain't going to happen. Because that's their precious Supreme Court. Even if they were to overthrow Moses, that's their precious Supreme Court that was built brick by brick by the Heritage Foundation that has the disgusting fingers and everything. So was Kavanaugh, will he be investigated for his links?
I like beer, and does he like younger women too? Yes. And it may force him out, judgment coming down on him. In secret, they may have looked into him already a little bit, but it's going to move forward. This is going to grow. So Kavanaugh's going to go through a lot of changes. People are going to get a different perspective on him and start wondering about him. This would be my investigation and who he partnered with and who helped pay off his, all his debts and everything. And it may be what makes him quit.
I gotta know. However, when there's power in the house, he may suffer. If he's linked to somebody that comes from a powerful family, then he suffers. But I don't get him getting ejected at all anytime soon. So don't hold your breath for next week, next month, next Tuesday, next year. I don't see that happening. But this is interesting. Family. This is like a patriarchy. Controlling family. That's very burdensome. But it's a male figure at the head. So it's almost like a patriarchy. It's the person that's running this family that's trying to make it very patriarchal, if that makes sense. What's that that movie a while ago? I think it was on Netflix or whatever. It was a documentary about the family, and they're very religious. And are they linked to the Heritage Foundation in any way, shape, or form?
Because they probably are. I didn't watch the documentary. I just heard
about it either. But this is all. It's reading like that, like it's that sort of thing. So, are we done with the Epstein files, or do you have any more questions?
Bannon, quite good friends with Mr. Epps. And he's always said that if Trump doesn't, stay president, he's going back to jail. Mr. Bannon, are you in trouble for anything more than just a friendship? Will there be any investigations back into him?
Oh, there he is. Hold on. Hey, sunshine. Don't look like a bag of fucking joy.
Somebody just woke up.
I was in class.
Oh, you were in class.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, I woke up like, I was telling Jenny like maybe 20 minutes before we were supposed to go live. I rushed. That's why my hair is looking like this. Because I was like, shit. You missed the fun stuff. We were talking about Donica Lewinsky. Johnny, did you see the picture? Did you see Johnny? Look.
Oh. Lord.
Donica Lewinsky.
Who did that?
There's next year's Halloween costume.
Oh, Lord.
Yep.
The freaking, I'm telling you, the internet is so goddamn petty, dude. So petty. I love TikTok. I am addicted to freaking TikTok. It's so off. It's so unhinged and so freaking unserious that it's just like.
Well, let me put my lip gloss on then.
I mean,
is that how we doing right now?
oh Lord! So it's great to have you, Johnny.
What is this world we living in right now, Jake?
I don't know what fucking simulation this is, but I got to tell you, it's kind of funny right now. Before it was miserable, and now it's kind of funny. And I was telling Jenny when the whole Donald Trump blowing Bill Clinton stuff came out, I said, Jen, I haven't had this much fun since we thought he was dead for like a week.
He wouldn't even go to the UFC fights or whatever up in New York that he always goes to. It's the first time he's missed them. Because he's afraid he'll get booed even by the fighters.
Yeah, it's just, oh my God. I saw a video, you guys. I forgot to screen record it, and I didn't send it to you guys because I know that we've been having a lot of issues with our phones communicating because you guys are Android and I'm iPhone. There was a video circulating around TikTok of Trump using the little stairs trying to get into Air Force One or whatever. And the Marine behind him was helping him get up, and he had to like push him up by the hips and the butt. I'm like, oh my God, your hands are going to fall off, dude. That's like toxic. That's like biohazardous toxic shit. And then the way that he was bending over trying to get up, you can see that he's wearing like 2 or 3 diapers. I mean, because, you know, when my mom was around, she had incontinence, and it didn't look anywhere like, unless he's wearing like diapers for an elephant.
Yes, yeah, he's got a big elephant butt though, too.
Yeah.
Are you reading on Bannon and Epstein?
Uh-huh.
Okay. 9 of Swords, 8 of Cups. I don't know if he'll be investigated, but he is very, very worried about it. A lot more stuff is about to come out of the dark too, with the Empress and the Moon. A lot. And it's very heavy stuff, because, well, not heavy as in, oh my God, I can't believe, but heavy for him. And it's not something that you can just say that's not true and then it goes away. This is serious. I didn't get investigation in here, but I do get an investigator in here. And so all they really need is the say-so and the go-ahead. There's the world and the success, and all he needs is the go-ahead. And yes, and there's a lot of people ready to talk with the Ace of Cups. And so stamp of approval is all they need.
I think he's going to get investigated eventually, but it's going to be a while, because he was in the network and bullied his agenda through. And especially there's some kind of betrayal on a trip, something that where he betrayed America. That's going to bring a lot of anxiety to him. He's been trying to block this. His ties to the corruption in the White House are going to be looked into, and investments, where something about insider trading, that kind of thing, tips that he may have gotten from Trump. There's going to be like a lot of things I get that will be investigated with that Hermit card there. That's my investigation.
Good.
So I thought the question was, is he going to go to prison? That's what I asked.
Ask it.
Yeah, I get there's a chance there. Yes, but it's going to be a delay, and the reason is because he was bribing someone that appears to be a friend, but they're an enemy, and there's bribes there. Bribe, friend, enemy, but there's going to be it's a delay to get to that, probably because of who's at the levers of power at this moment. But there's bribing, a friendly enemy, if you'll put it that way. Any other questions with that? Do you want to keep going with the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, Jenny? Because I have to go feed the baby, if that's okay.
Okay.
Save Marjorie Taylor Greene until I get back, because that tea is hot, girl.
Throw us one question, Becca, before you go.
Yeah. What did you say?
Throw us one question before you go.
Oh, I asked if you had any more Jeffrey Epstein stuff for you guys to keep reading on while I go feed the baby.
Yeah, we can come up with something.
Because, girl, that tea is hot. It's so freaking hot. Like, so, and then also Epstein was giving, you want to read on that while I go feed her and go from there? He was feeding intel to the Russians.
Yeah, because his brother asked, does Russia have the picture of Trump with the mail?
And then there's that whole thing too about him being at Mar-a-Lago with Trump Christmas the first year that he was in office.
Or Thanksgiving, yeah.
And you know who else showed up in those emails? The great what do they call him? Bill Barr, the guy, the cleaner showed up in those emails too.
It's interesting. Bill Barr shows up. Bill Barr, we all know, is Opus Dei, and I think it's interesting that this year that Pope Leo is going after Opus Dei. He wants to shut it down.
Speaking of Pope Leo, detour. You know how we're all calling eyeliner, Cabbage Patch, fucking doll, JD Vance, the Grim Reaper?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what just happened? You know what just happened? Nobody on the news is talking about it. The only reason I know is because of TikTok and people were talking about it all over TikTok. Apparently, the Grim Reaper was in Tennessee yesterday, and his motorcade got into a huge car accident with the local police, and the cop is laying in critical condition in the hospital right now.
The sheriff. And
Do not tell me that man is not the fucking Grim Reaper. He touched the goddamn
He touches-
fucking kicks it. You know, like, I mean, come on, you know? So
Erica Kirk better watch out. She got a full-on hug from the Grim Reaper.
I'll be right back, you guys. I'm going to go feed my kid.
Okay.
Thanks.
So,
did y'all read on the defense of Epstein? Why is that happening?
the MAGA defending him?
Because Megyn Kelly and some guy have come out and said, you know, he's not a pedophile.
Because
Like,
they weren't 8 years old. You know, they
Yeah.
were 15. Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
Meanwhile, she has a teenage daughter. Let's see. Why is MAGA bending over backwards defending him? And it's not all of them. Some of them
Yeah.
have, you know, flipped. But why is MAGA?
That's not going to end well, mind you, because his supporters are primed and ready to believe that the Epstein files are absolute true, and anything they see and get out of it is absolute true, even if it's Donald Trump, because they're all saying, "Why are you hiding this from us?"
Yeah. They're all starting to realize you've done nothing for us, you've done nothing for the economy, and you're hiding the Epstein files. So,
Mhm.
you know, if you had nothing to be afraid of, you'd be releasing them.
Yeah, and then the Don Jr. is trending on Twitter because he said, "If you don't release them, then you're covering up for pedophiles." He said that a long time ago, and now they're using his words to come back to haunt his father now.
It's going to take a while because they're indoctrinated with all the messaging that's been done for years. So, you know, them trying to move on from this and get a different perspective on what happened. You know, the image of Trump here is of strength in their heads. In secret, you know, they're starting to see some of this evidence is a big problem. And it looks to me like some of them are going to like have a big come to Jesus moment over this psychologically in their heads. But what's being discussed right now, they're just not accepting it. It's going to take more illumination. Yeah, until they see a video of him doing something, I don't think.
Because the problem is her statement. She said someone close to the case, so she didn't want to own what she was saying. That since he was into 15-year-olds instead of 5-year-olds, then there's a difference. And that says, even though she didn't have to believe it, she just needs to say it, like Kirk and all the rest of them. But the Page of Swords, there is a bunch of negative talk coming out. And they're going to try to defend the well-connected. Because if you read the Epstein emails and all of these things, and Donald Trump's name is listed in there side by side with that man, then what you now have to do is try to paint Jeffrey Epstein as a good guy. That way, Donald Trump's association to him doesn't look so bad. Because I get the hero charging in with the Knight of Swords, trying to, with the Eight of Swords and the Four of Cups, get you to believe in the narrative, but I think it's too late. If you would have released this when the Democrats were in charge and then tried to blame it all on the Democrats or something, then fine. But what you've done is you've created an audience that likes this type of stuff, and then you hid it from them. And now it looks like you are, because if Bill, not Bill Clinton, Lord Jesus, if what's the old guy's name who was just there, Joe Biden, if he was the one hiding it, then you can blame it on them and say, "Oh, he's covering up something." But now it's all on you. Truth, hiding from the truth, trying to protect the well-connected.
So I have kind of a weird question. I noticed this weekend there's a whole bunch of videos on YouTube, and there are probably other places also in social media that are AI generated. They're like 50 minutes long, a lot of them, and they're using Obama and Obama's voice in the AI video, and it looks like Obama's talking for like 50 minutes about the Epstein files and what Democrats need to do, and that we're here to preserve our country or whatever. Obama is not one to really comment on stuff like this. He lets the justice system do its thing, right? Are these AI videos that are dumping put out by MAGA types so that they can blame Obama for something? Or are these being put out by liberals? And y'all be careful when you watch these videos. Like, if you go into the description, it will tell you eventually down at the bottom that it's AI generated. But I've seen some that don't tell you they're AI generated. So, yeah, fake podcasts.
It's meant to. I asked, what is the purpose of the videos? It's meant to pressure Republicans. It's not the Hermit. It's not authentic. It's more like it picked up steam because of who was in it. If they would have put a random guy in it, you wouldn't have seen it everywhere. There'll be more, though, and there's going to possibly be other people with the star card that you would recognize. So you may even see an AI Jesus video or something. There's going to be AI other celebrities or other prominent figures, not necessarily just celebrities, but there's going to be others.
There's going to be others. I'm getting it's actually done overseas. Like some other government officials trying to mess with us. So it's done in secret to try to change what the focus is on. And somebody's trying to make a bunch of money off of it from overseas. They're trying to break down the strength, and the feeling I'm getting, the strength of America's. I'm going to say it's Russian bots doing it.
No need to protect Trump anymore.
Uh-uh.
That's interesting.
So, yeah, I always thought the PP tape was real. Now Epstein, in one of his emails, his brother was asking him if Putin had the picture or pictures of Trump. It's interesting because Epstein was going to Russia. He was going, to Israel. He's got ties to all of them and everything. Was Trump? He had to be aware that he was connected. Is Trump aware that Epstein gave compromise to Russia?
Oh, how well do you know your little friend?
Which little friend? The little micro penis or the...
Well, he never sees him, so he doesn't know him at all, I don't think.
He didn't know him at all.
Can't
find him.
Got to get past that Cheeto gut first. They'll probably come up with a new flavor, I'm sure, just because of him. Was he aware?
Was he aware? Compromise was given to Russia because he came out of that Helsinki meeting looking like he was beaten like a dog. He likes to always compare things to dogs. He looked like he'd been beaten like a dog.
Speaking of dogs, Epstein, Trump, Epstein, all these people have too many masters.
Yeah.
And that's what gets them caught up a lot of times. And I think that's what's going to happen here too. This card flew out. It's the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is, as far as awareness goes, that's a yes, basically. In a yes-no reading, it'd be a no, but here's why it's a yes. Because for the Two of Swords to happen, you have to ignore what you just saw. Because the Two of Swords is like, I don't see anything, I don't feel anything, I don't hear anything, because you don't want the consequence of what follows. And so the Two of Swords, you are aware, you just don't want to face it. And then there is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of mental cage. It's all up here. You run the same thought in your head over and over again to try to ignore what's going on in front of you. And then there's a Tower. There's exposure. You see what's inside of it because it's already crumbled down. So is he aware? Yes. But I think the problem he had is he can't do anything about it. And so I'd rather not know what's there.
He's naive. There's unfinished work here, and some kind of game that was going on in the picture I'm getting. There's Russia, there's Trump, Russia securing it, and then something with Republicans too. So it's almost like it was a betrayal that can be used for blackmail, for quid pro quo or blackmail. Very burdened by it, so I think he does know, and I think there's a PP tape too. In addition to the pictures that Epstein gave,
Bubba?
there's a PP tape, and there's something about Melania too, which Epstein helped get Melania over here.
Melania was Epstein's sloppy seconds.
Yeah. A
woman of depreciating value, according to a whole bunch of other leaks.
She was a mini Ghislaine. There's some information that's really, really seedy about Melania.
Thank you for holding on the fort while I had to go feed the little monster. I feel bad for her. It's been pouring, and I haven't been able to take her anymore because it's like super wet. But did you get all your questions that you wanted to ask before I stepped out? Thank you for holding down the fort.
Yeah. I just wanted to say one thing to give people a little bit of hope for the midterms and stuff too. We just had a great election. Election day in November.
Tennessee 7 is one to watch. It's getting hot in Tennessee 7. There's a progressive running against a Republican, and last time I checked, it was neck and neck.
Getting neck and neck, and we should read on that tonight. But the interesting thing, I was seeing numbers on Texas, and it said that there's 8.5 million registered Democrats in Texas, and only 6 million registered Republicans. So we outnumber them. And then there's all the independents and everything that tend to lean a little bit more liberal.
And it's not just that we outnumber them, but look at who's the Attorney General, who has on more than one occasion publicly admitted that he rigs elections so that they stay in power.
Throws ballots out or whatever, moves drop boxes, everything. So I just want y'all to remember, we do outnumber them. There are a lot more states that are more blue than we realize. So can we look at Tennessee's election? I forget the name of the
people. I don't know the names. I don't know. Does anybody know who the candidates are for Tennessee 7?
Beth Cat does. Beth Cat, tell us the names of the two.
A progressive and a Republican.
Yeah, because it's a lean red district now. Supposedly, it was full red. Now it's leaning a lean, meaning a smaller red. These states aren't starting to turn blue. They've been blue.
They've been blue. They've just been gerrymandered and fuckered with so long that it's gotten so bad that people.
Epps is the Republican, and then who's the Dem, Beth? Matt Van Epps is the Republican. I forget the name of the Dem.
Afton Bain. Thank you, Beth. So
Well, with the last name of Epps, that's not going to go well.
I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to ask if Ben will win in Afton. Ben will win in Tennessee. Tennessee 7.
Afton Bain, will he win in Tennessee? I mean, they've got one of the crookedest state legislatures ever, but will Afton Bain? Afton's a woman. That's been canvassing for her this weekend. Their election's December 2nd, I think.
I hope to God my cards are wrong and I'm interpreting it wrong. Because I'm getting a man. Voices are being blocked or silenced, and then there's a man. It could be phone calls that are being made to negotiate a block of some sort, and then there's a man. Ultimately, it ends with a man. So yeah. I hope that I am super, 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 super wrong, because I would love nothing more than to see Tennessee go red. But this is showing negotiating or meetings to block or delay.
Yeah.
Or voices that are being blocked. So
she should ask for a manual recount, because I get she secures it. But this is my card for Democrats. Like, they try to block the Democrats. So, and there's vote harvesting going on. If they try to say that she did not win, it's a lie. Because in secret, they know she had the strength. There may be like moving some votes around or doing something with the votes. She wins. She wins. She should be offered the position, but I think they're going to try to say she lost. What'd you get, Johnny?
Nope, 10 of swords.
Backstabbing.
The Hierophant fell out while I was shuffling, which is government. So hopefully that means she gets a government position. But when I pulled the card, this is what I got.
Did I say that I was hoping that the red wins? No. No, I was saying I hope that my cards are wrong, or that I am misinterpreting it, because it reads like voices are silenced and then there's a man. That's what I was saying. So I don't know if I misspoke or if you guys are misinterpreting me, but
no, I heard that you said it ended with the man, and the man is the red. So yeah. Not hoping he would win, but it ends in the red.
So I think people might have misinterpreted what I'm saying, but anyways, so the girls are fighting, Johnny. The girls are fighting. MTG.
Well, they're not fighting each other. They're fighting Trump.
No.
Oh, they're fighting.
He called her wacky.
Yeah.
Out of all the names, that's the best. I mean, now we know for sure, his cognitive decline is on full speed, because
that's all he could come up with.
Wacky MTG.
I mean, Sleepy Joe. I mean, that's the best we can do. And mind you, Trump falls asleep every 9.5 minutes.
Who's wacky? Trump is. His names. He always projects what he does.
Oh, Lord Jesus, he's the sad man all of a sudden, and he wants to keep calling somebody sleepy. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene, mind you, we seen this coming. Well, not her changing things, but once she started to change, it had all roads lead to him. So at some point they had to have a clash. if she was going to be doing all this mouthing and calling him out and all this care. Bobert and that other cow, don't nobody care about that. I mean, that's an entertaining thing. But these two here,
everybody saw it coming except for her. And I was telling Jennie, I was like, Jennie, do you remember when she wore that little red dress and was meeting him at the Carmack, and he didn't even pay her no mind, like she was the dirt on the bottom of his shoe, just kept on walking, and you can see her going over there to go say hi, and he just didn't even acknowledge her existence within a 10-foot radius of
should have
her.
wore a gold dress.
That should have been your sign, bitch. That should have been your sign that you're sucking the wrong micro penis in this instance. Because that man, and back to everything we've always said. Johnie has said it. Jennie has said it. I have said it. There is a pile of bodies in his wake where that man has discarded of people that are no longer useful. And somehow you thought you were going to be special.
They all do.
They all look at Medusa, right, Johnie?
It's strange to me because why do you not see the example and think, okay, that'll be me too? You think it's going to be everybody but me. That's a weird kind of, I don't know what kind of condition that is. But
I think, you know what, now that I think about it, Johnie, I think a lot of it is, well, if I do this and I do that and I'll do this and try to do more,
you'll win the favor
to appease him. So I think that might play some role. I'm not a psychologist. It's just an observation that I've made that maybe they think that they'll be different because of how many favors they're willing to do for him.
They doing the sucking up, and my sucking up is better than hers and his.
If Trump wanted to get around the little Bobert, he should have taken her to Beetlejuice.
So the girls are fighting. I don't have his tweet, but he called her a whacking Marge. And that she's turning into a radical left. Yeah, fishy, itchy kitty, Jen. Oh my God! So he's saying that she's turning into a radical leftist.
Oh, Lord. Don't put her over here.
We don't want her. Called her all these names, and then she tweeted, and I have her tweet right here. President Trump just attacked me and lied about me. I haven't called him at all, but I did send these text messages today. Apparently, this is what sent him over the edge, the Epstein files. And of course, he's coming after me hard to make an example to scare all the other Republicans before next week's vote to release the Epstein files. It's astonishing, really, how hard he's frightening to, I can't read that other part, frightening to something, the Epstein files from coming out, that he actually goes to this level.
Yeah.
Again, are you blind?
Dumb and blind. Like.
And then she goes on, but really most Americans wish he would fight this hard to help the forgotten men and women of America who are fed up with foreign wars and foreign causes, are going broke trying to feed their families, something losing hope of everything that America is. Again, are you blind? Where were you when he attacked everybody before? Oh, you were on his team, so that was totally okay. You never thought that gun would be pointed at you.
Mm-hmm. Because keep in mind, she said you should be fighting for, to stop the foreign war, blah, 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 blah. When you said he's fighting to keep these files from coming out, everybody else said the same thing a long time ago, number one. Number two, everybody knew he was in there a long time ago. You don't need to be Marjorie Taylor Greene level rocket scientist to understand that when you see him side by side in 19 whatever it was with this man, that they knew each other a little bit better than just casual acquaintances. I'm not saying you had to go and assume everything, but what you saw with your own two eyeballs should have told you everything. You think somebody's attacking states here in the United States with cloud seeding, but you won't believe that Donald Trump knows Jeffrey Epstein.
Just using Occam's razor, Johnny. Just a simple Occam's razor logic. He denies the Epstein files. They're a hoax. They don't exist. Cover them up.
Cover up that which doesn't exist.
So if we deduce that, they do exist, and he's all over it. It's not Trump is in the Epstein files. It's Epstein is in the fucking Trump files because he was.
There you go.
You know?
Why didn't this come up in his first term? Because we knew he was best friends with Epstein, in his first term. Why suddenly, is it such a big thing? It should have been a big thing when Epstein died. Like, why wasn't it all stirred up then?
And I gotta say, I just saw the comment from Aspasia Rising. Because remember earlier I was saying before Johnny joined us, I said this is a gross negligence of the media when they gave her a microphone and a platform to run all over the news and criticize Mike Johnson, and never once said I voted for that big beautiful bill.
Mm-hmm.
Never once did she admit it, and never once did anybody on any fucking panel say, hey, you're over here criticizing, but here's the receipts, bitch, you signed on it.
She criticized Matt Gaetz, but she was all about getting Kevin out of the Speaker of the House position.
But Aspasia is saying MTG was on CNN, and the reporter asked her that exact question, where were you, etc. And MTG answered, that's fair criticism. I humbly apologize, blah, 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 blah.
Now she's trying to babyface herself to where she looks like the good guy.
Dude, it's ass and elbows backpedaling, man. It's like breaking that speed.
I'm worried about Trump's connection to Epstein when you knew he had a connection in his first term.
Yes,
I know he campaigned on releasing the files.
Did. You saw every fucking thing he did, and you sat there on your hands and knees sucking on that micro penis like it was the freaking holy grail. I just, and now because according to AOC, she's on a revenge tour. Bitch, he has given you so many chances to realize that you're a pick-me girl, and you ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
He has no interest. There's a laundry list. There's video footage of not just you in the red dress, but everywhere else where he has completely overlooked you. But my question is, I don't want to give the hoe any credit because she's a hoe and she's dirty and she's only doing this right now to save her own ass. I'm not stupid. And like I said earlier, I'll sit here and eat the popcorn and enjoy the tea. But I don't forgive you because down at the end of the day, you're still a piece of shit.
Yes,
The only reason
all the insider trading money she's made.
The only reason she's screaming now is because she was personally affected.
Yeah.
That's
she
the
didn't get
only
to run
reason.
for Senate because Trump wouldn't endorse her.
Is she the canary in the coal mine? Because mind you, just a few days ago, there was reporting coming out that there's over 100 Republicans that are ready to break and vote. So is she the canary in the coal mine?
They know they've got at least 40 votes, and they think they may have as many as 100.
So is MTG the itchy fishy kitty canary in the coal mine? Yeah, she harassed David Hogg. She harassed AOC like nobody's business. You know what she reminds me of? When she first came to Congress, she was obsessed with targeting AOC. Remember that, you guys? Obsessed. And in my mind, I'm like, that's mean girl behavior. That's the mean girl in high school that goes after the biggest girl and tries to take her down so that she can kill herself. That is exactly who freaking MTG is.
Well, and she's got that obsessive personality. She's got to have somebody to go after all the time.
But she doesn't have to go after him.
Right.
This is something personal to her, to where now it's a clash. Because she could go, there's plenty of Democrats that she could focus on. She could be all over Mom Donnie right now.
Yep.
Especially with her hate rhetoric. That's a perfect target. But no, Donald Trump is her new thing. This is all working out the way it's supposed to.
And the only reason that she started that is because when she was going around doing all those interviews, Johnny, she was blaming the Democrats and Mike Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
While simultaneously talking out of the other side of her ass that's on her face and defending Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So explain it to me like I'm an idiot. How is it the Democrats and Mike Johnson's fault and Trump is innocent and he's trying to do the best?
Mm-hmm.
That's his fucking bill that you signed.
They're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
It's all about image for her, and she knows loser Trump's coming to an ending, like, and it's all seedy and dark, and she's just going on the attack. She's going on the offense. And she sees too many clinging to him. So she sees he's the Titanic. She's heard the band play on the deck, and she's trying to hang on in government and try to act like she's working for the people. It's a betrayal because she's not going to do anything. But it enables her to get away with it and to get attention. So,
center of attention, 6 of Wands. Give her all of the room and the firepower and the stages that she wants to criticize Donald. You give it all to her, because for whatever reason she wants to be the lightning rod, and it's going to do nothing but attract his ire. And he is not a nice enemy to have. And so, because he has more sway over the crazy people than you do. You're one of the crazy people he had sway over. And so you can't go and then attack the crowd from inside the crowd. You don't do well in crowds, as we've seen in New York. So what you really need to do is gain some allies. But I think you're going to have to start this one by yourself there. But there in the government, you will find some allies eventually. But they're also afraid of Donald Trump and his sway because, again, he has power over the crazy. And so I think this is just one of them fights where I would give her all of the room in the world and all of the rope she can carry. She'll either hang her own self or she'll lasso the president and drag him into court. So,
or she'll scatter the cockroaches.
And here's the thing. Another thing, let's not forget that Jennie brought it up earlier. She was in the war room when they were planning the fucking insurrection.
The night before. I'll be right back, guys.
And like I said, bitch, you want to spill the tea? Spill all the fucking tea. Bring the receipts. Bring the receipts, because that, like you were saying, Johnny, that mofo plays dirty and he is petty AF. Petty AF. Petty AF. So if those two Geminis want to go freaking blows, have at it, Haas.
Go for it.
Go for
I
it.
want to see it. I really do want to see it.
Like, fuck the UFC, fuck WWE. I want to see that fight.
I want to see that one.
I get that she betrays the majority. Is she the canary in the coal mine? Yeah, she sees trouble ahead. Being linked to something that is abundant or has a lot of is problematic and backfires. Do you see what I'm saying? So I get a yes. She's betraying her own party and betraying the one that has a lot, because she sees the trouble ahead, and she sees that betrayal will come back around. So, look, all I'm saying is, if he's 6 Pam Bondi on you, and also this right here, trouble over business agreements. So I would not be surprised if you become too much of an issue and he gets tired of having little Twitter wars with you and wants to make an example out of you and do you just like he did Letitia James, except Letitia James's nose is clean as a fucking whistle. You're all tied up in all sorts of shit. Insider trading, PPE money you never fucking paid back, all sorts of stuff.
Not to mention, take a look at James Comey, Michael Bolton. What's the child's name? John Bolton.
Michael Bolton.
and then dropping little drops saying maybe we should go after Chris Christie and Bridgegate again.
He's wanting to conjure up stuff now to go after Obama.
This is what he does, MTG, and so you're just going to be another person on. Now, mind you, she can hurt his feelings. He can hurt her everywhere else in her life. But we all know he's very fragile, and so she says the little smallest of things, and then he's going to come crumbling down, and then he crumbles down upon her. So,
and here's the thing, though, She's dirty. She's dirty, and she's snuggled up to him. So he has all the receipts on all the shit she did.
Didn't she want a pardon at one point too?
She was one of the how many was it, like 14 or 15 people that were asking for pardons?
Mm-hmm.
She was asking for pardons because she was part of the committee or that war room thing to overthrow the government.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows where all your bodies are buried, bitch. So please, by all means, if you want to dump the tea now of what was discussed in the war room when you were trying to overthrow the government,
I'm listening.
Because if the DOJ looked, they're gonna find with her. Your nose ain't clean. Your nose ain't clean.
And all they need with the Pam Bondi DOJ is the smallest of thing, and they'll come after. They don't need anything because, mind you, they have nothing on Letitia James, and they still try to make it.
They just make shit up. They just make shit up just to scare people, to intimidate.
And it was James Comey. His thing was they are trying to prosecute first and then prove later, or something like that. Or just push the case out there. We'll prove it at some point.
Look at what they're doing to Jack Smith right now.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's talks about him going after Obama. I thought presidents had absolute immunity.
You'll find that out.
I thought presidents had absolute immunity. Or are you going to argue no, absolute immunity only happened for me and everybody else is subject to the law? Is that what you're really going to fucking argue? Like, it's just, I'm here for her getting the fucking ass whooping that she deserves, because she has been a grotesque, horrible human being.
Can we ask if he will sick the dogs on her, if he will unleash the hounds, if he will come after her with the same fervor that he goes after the rest of his enemies? Will he be just as mean to MTG as he is to the rest of them? Is she barking up the wrong tree? I like it, because the more damage you do to him, the more he's going to try to do to you, and then hey.
The more damage you do to him, the more damage he does to you, and the more damage you all do to each other.
Mm-hmm. And this ain't even a two birds with one stone, because I ain't even got to throw the stone. Y'all have your own stone, and you're just throwing it back and forth.
Johnny, it's not even stones. It's shit. They're just flinging shit. They're like flinging shit all over the place.
Oh, God. Will he be just as gross to her?
So we're asking, Jenny, I don't know if you want to jump in, but we were asking, is he going to be just as gross to her as he is to everybody else?
So that will represent her. It's come up twice now. 6 of Wands, the lightning rod, center of attention, the leader of the parade, because she is going to have a couple of allies here with the 6 of Cups. Now, these may be people who are exiting, so I wouldn't get so, all that. But 5 of Swords, the bully, the 5 of Pentacles, the ousting. Yes. He's going to elicit some help, or he's going to do a lot of tweeting. This is the audience. He's going to do a lot of tweeting, a lot of talking, all that type of stuff. But he is going to sick the bully and try to cost her a lot of money and position and things of that nature. Yes, he is.
Three-letter clouds. Oh, I'm sorry, Jenny. Go ahead.
That's his plan, is to fight her. He wants her out. He's changing his messaging about her, and he wants to show he's over her. He's higher than her. He's got more privilege. It's a power play.
I get the tree, the letter, the clouds. Is it going to be just as nasty to her? Buckle up, Buttercup, because you're in for a ride. But this is also talking about a very problematic health report that comes out. I don't know if this is in reference to, the Mocha test that he swears up and down was an IQ test. If it has to do with his dementia and everything else he's got going on in the lungs or whatever. And it could also be in reference to some shady ass shit that happened during COVID. So, but it's health related. There's something very concerning report that comes out around something that is health related. So is he going to go after her? Yes, but it's health related. So I don't know if it's because of the money she got during COVID, of the investments insider trading that she did during COVID in combination with the guy is fucking mental.
Mm-hmm.
So
all of that applies. Yes.
buckle up, Buttercup. Buckle up, because you're about to fuck around and find out. And I'm here for it. I am here for it. Give me the fuck. I mean, at least if those two idiots are fighting each other, at least they're not hurting the rest of us as much.
Yeah.
Eric Swalwell now too. And somebody was asking in the chat, will Fonnie Willis come back? No, she was taken off the case. They just named the new person last week, I believe, to take over the prosecution.
Yep. And
the state charges.
while everybody was talking about all the stuff that Trump was doing, he quietly pardoned everybody else involved in the January 6th stuff. So Rudy Giuliani and everybody else he pardoned.
In the election fixing with the alternate.
And there was one state where he pardoned, I think, 6 or 7 people, and their Supreme Court, the state Supreme Court stepped in and said, not so fast, because we still have you all motherfuckers on state charges. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is the canary in the coal mine. At least that's what my card said. Like, she's screaming because she sees that the crap's about to go down. And then you got the garbage pail kid over there, Mr. Eyeliner, killing everybody he touches. So, but y'all want to hear some junk? There's the stuff floating around that, you know who was involved in funding the insurrection?
Besides Thomas's wife.
Besides Thomas's wife. Turning Point USA.
Wow.
I did not see that one coming either. But there's receipts. There's receipts that Turning Point USA helped fund the insurrection.
Mm-hmm. I can believe it. Because that was not... Charlie Kirk was supposed to be the captain and steerer of that ship, but was not, because all of these little groups got figureheads. These figureheads are supposed to go out in media and say incendiary things. That way you click and you comment evil things back to them, and it keeps it going. Like I said, they don't have to believe none of it. They just need to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all figureheads, though. They can be plucked out at any time. That doesn't belong to him. It doesn't even belong to Erica Kirk. It belongs to whoever's above both of them. And so I can believe it.
I didn't see that one coming.
Me either.
I didn't see it coming. It wasn't even on my radar at all. And now, in retrospect, here we are, how many years later? And these motherfuckers are still out there because Merrick Garland couldn't get his thumb out of his ass long enough to go, you know what, this is kind of a big deal. Fuck it looking partisan, but I should go after everybody and figure out where this leads. You know, so my question is, I don't know if there's a statute of limitations on this whole January 6th thing, but I'm kind of thinking inciting an insurrection, and not just inciting an insurrection, but funding an insurrection is kind of a big fucking deal. You know, are these people going to be held accountable?
Not by Pam Bondi.
Oh no, that's why I'm saying I don't know what the statute of limitations is, because, you know, you got to figure not while she's in charge. And not just this. I mean, what the fuck was Merrick Garland thinking when you had an entire Congress full of people that were involved? An entire Congress. Well, you know, not a big deal.
I think there's someone who wants to. My Queen of Wands is usually my cards for judges and things of that nature. Someone's blocking that, though, with the Two of Swords. There also may be an arrest, but it's for the sake of vanity. The Knight of Cups and the Eight of Swords, this is almost like a scapegoat. Like, oh, look who we got. We got this person, and give all this background. Yes, they may be involved in something, but out of the 700 people that were involved, you got one.
And
So,
just like they got all of the January 6ers. I get that. I get that because they were literally there beating cops, smashing windows, shitting on everything, and tearing the place apart. I get that. But you should have kept going. Because that right there was not enough to right the wrong that was done.
Because those were the obvious. You saw them. But who that you did not see is where you should have investigated, and then because they still broke the law. You're supposed to be the highest law official in the United States. You got some stuff to do.
Yeah, and it seems very performative. And when Merrick Garland was in charge, I tried very, very hard not to be critical of him, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt. And then finally, when Andrew Wiseman was like, "What the fuck is he doing?" I was like, "Thank you, somebody is saying what I'm thinking," you know. But anyway,
they're part of a whole network that work together. So getting offered money, I think, even by Russia, to claim power on January 6th and everything and manipulate everything. There's a lot of wealthy people that are involved in this that, they all talked to change this. They weren't accepting, who was elected. And this is going to grow in the courts. I think we're going to see more come out in the courts with that. But I'm getting all these 3 cards. So I think there's at least 3 groups of people that may get investigated on this. So Turning Point USA, maybe Clarence Thomas's wife, maybe Heritage Foundation or whoever's helping fund it. There's details that are going to come out to America on who was doing all this backstabbing, and it's going to create another crisis point. I'm getting.
I get eventually there will be a lot of passion and a lot of desire to move forward and for a resolution. And like I saw in the comments, I didn't catch the name. Somebody was saying that Merrick Garland whistled past the graveyard for 4 years. Yeah. And here we are. So going back to this entire Turning Point USA thing and all that other stuff. So as we've seen with the Epstein files and Turning Point USA and everything that we've been finding out about, it's not real. The Heritage Foundation, which has been an ongoing thing, I guess, going back since Nixon, going back to Nixon, now they're cuddling up with straight up Nazis.
And pedophiles.
Now they are openly embracing Nazis. So, wow, who saw that coming? So I don't even know how to word it, you guys, because I'm kind of curious to see what happens eventually to the Heritage Foundation, because you even have regular conservatives, and I'm using that term very lightly because I don't even think that political ideology exists anymore unless they're too cowardly to stand up to Trump and they're just waiting for him to die like the rest of us, that are going, what the fuck? The people in Washington, the Congress people and stuff are going, what the F? This Heritage Foundation has funded us and given us money to get us a platform, is now openly embracing Nazis. I just want to know what happens to them. What happens to Turning Point USA? Because they have a lot of money. It's not like they're broke, So I guess the question is, will they continue to have influence over the Republican Party? I guess that's the best way to word it. So will the Heritage Foundation continue to have significant influence over the Republican Party?
Got a lot of micro penises in that group.
I did not have Hitler having a mini peen on my bingo card either. I'm like, I just opened up my phone Friday and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Donald Trump sucked Bill Clinton's dick. Hitler had a micro penis, you know. Like, I'm like, what is happening? Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump are fighting, you know, like.
I mean, it's the natural progression because they embrace racists. The Republicans are the party where the KKK is registered to vote. So
Yep.
why not Nazis? I think, yes, there will be some influence. I asked what was going to happen, and will they have the influence? They'll just rebrand, like the Tea Party did, called themselves the Freedom Caucus. You just call yourself something else, and then you start a whole new thing. Mm-hmm.
Attack again, something new.
Yeah.
It's because they're corrupt. They want to change everything in our government, you know, and Senate County Wampus. They want to rewrite the Constitution because they want a dictator. They want to control who's in the White House. A lot of billionaires behind this that go on the attack. They work together with other groups of people, bullying for their perspective, bringing change to the government. Yes, they will try to keep attacking because they want to bring the government down. So, yeah.
I get a yes, enemy, blocked, trouble, betrayal, and then the entourage. So maybe the house, like literally like the house. It's like they get the cold shoulder, but there's still problems in the entourage. Do you see what I'm saying? So they're able to keep some people out, turn their backs on them, but there's still problems that need to be cleaned up. So to a degree, they'll be able to, they won't have as much influence to a degree. So they're just going to have to be a bit more crafty. Like, oh, look, I'm really a conservative. Like we see it all the time. People running as Democrats, and as soon as they get voted in, oh, look, I'm a Republican. That sort of shit. Do you see what I'm saying? So
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Would the couch fucker, when he becomes president, would he pardon the pedophile?
Which one?
Yeah, Peter Thiel, the person he's fucking on the couch with, or Trump.
Would he pardon Trump?
Couch fucker, pardon yam tits.
That's all the names. That one threw me out. I'm like, who's thought of this?
You know, I wonder if people sat around and made up names about Andrew Jackson and Abraham Lincoln and Taft.
I don't think so.
Andrew Hamilton, that nickel licker. It's like,
and then back then they didn't have social media, so they had to use it to be a carrier pigeon.
These people.
Mercy.
So is the couch fucker going to pardon the pedo?
Oh, yam tits.
Only in America. This conversation happens nowhere else.
I don't hear any other country calling their president old yam tits.
You know, they
their
just,
vice president the couch fucker.
I mean, I know that Boris Johnson was not liked, but I don't think they took it that far. Like, I don't think they took it that far.
There's
And
such a happy group.
The Brits they have a sense of humor, but
But you know what? Americans have no chill, and if you get on a nerve, you get a nickname. You just is.
couch fucker, old yam tits, and then there he is, Sleepy Joe, wacky.
Yeah.
It's like, homie, you need to go scroll over to the good side of social media where they're very creative with their insults.
They literally call you old yam tits, and I died laughing for like 8 minutes straight. I'm like, I've never heard that one, and because all I saw was like yams hanging off his chest.
And then I sent you guys a picture of 2 yams on my counter. I will never look at yams the same way again. Like,
No one talked about Roosevelt like this. Nobody even talked about Obama like that. The racists did, sure, but nobody talked about him like this. People's eyes still get wide when they see Obama. It's like they just saw the second coming of Jesus in the actual rapture. Donald Trump, they trying to find creative ways to talk about him being orange. Yam pits, like, come on, man.
What you think, Johnny? Would he pardon him?
No. And I'm very surprised at such an answer. There's the King of Swords. There's your Donald Trump. Here's the Eight of Swords. There's jail and imprisonment or something of that nature. Five of Swords is defeat and loss. There could be a conversation about it, but with the Hangman, there's a delay or a stoppage in that. So, mind you, if the world is going in the direction I think it is, he's going to be the reason Donald Trump's not there. So,
you know, there is Article 2. What is it? Article 2, Section 4 of the Constitution, where you can impeach him and his entire fucking administration. His entire. So the Jewish Nazi in there, that little motherfucker, would be gone too.
I think he's going to wait for somebody to pay for it. So, pay to play pardon like Trump does. If somebody pays him enough money to do the work, strength on that, I get a yes. That if he gets that money, he'll do an agreement to and say, oh, well, he had dementia, so I'm going to be charitable here, and I'm gonna pardon him. Yeah, but it would be an agreement that's paid for.
Wait a minute. Trump pays no one except prostitutes and porn stars. Does that mean that he would have to then change his name to some sort of
listen, John. Listen. We know that he's a greedy bastard, and hookers and blow is expensive. So he might not be willing to pay him. He'll just threaten him in some other way.
Yeah.
Because hookers and blow, man, that's expensive shit. I think he's gonna die first.
Well, there's that too.
There's a sudden that like a stroke or something. It's something sudden, and it brings an abundance of problems.
Real soon, for entertainment purposes only.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to bring him upstairs. You know what I found? Because I was going through my Christmas stuff to start, putting stuff up for Christmas. You know what I found in my garage with my Christmas shit? My Elf on the Shelf, and I'm like, holy shit, that's the perfect Mike Johnson voodoo doll. Like, it looks identical.
I mean, that's the perfect blowjob. He doesn't even have to kneel.
Oh Lord, I can't. Yeah, I need to go get the Elf on the Shelf out from downstairs and use him as a voodoo doll. Yeah.
Crown of Thorns.
Yeah, get him in the head so his head blows up.
You need to get a little bitty pinhead to make him a micro penis, though.
And get him in the leg too, so that his what I think if he's got a blood clot, it goes to his brain or his lungs.
It's the head talk.
Oh, baby.
Y'all ain't got no chill. Y'all should be ashamed, y'all.
Like Braxy wants in on the conversation too because we're making fun of people. Huh, baby?
You need to pull cards.
You need to pull cards. Yeah, good girl.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Good girl. I gave her for her dinner. That's why I was gone so long because I cook for her every night because she's special. She's a queen, and she got chicken and pumpkin. Not yam, but she got pumpkin. Chicken and pumpkin, huh, baby? Huh, good girl. She's kind of sad because of the rain, and I haven't been able to take her anywhere.
Go out.
She's been cooped up, but yeah.
I mean, if she went outside, she ain't gonna do nothing but turn around and go back in because she doesn't like water.
She doesn't like the water. When she was a baby, when it would rain, she would go outside to pee, but then she would run in the house and poop. I'm like, see, she's talking shit, you guys. And so like she would come in the house and poop, and it's like you're already in the position to poop. Like, why are you running back inside the That's when she was a baby, but now she goes out there. But like when it's been raining, she just sticks her head out the doggy door and she's like, nope, I'll hold it. I'll hold it.
I love the videos of the dogs like, I gotta go out, and then they let them out and there's like 10 inches of snow and they're like, I need back in.
Every video that I have seen of dogs going outside when it's snowing, they love it. Like they just go mental. There's something about the snow where they're just like they
especially long-haired dogs like huskies and stuff. They love the snow.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen a dog that doesn't like snow. Even my greyhounds, when I had them, they're they look anorexic, but that's just how they are. They love the snow.
Can we ask how this new Georgia prosecutor is going to do on the state case for election meddling?
Yeah, please go ahead.
We got it's a male, I forget his name, that replaced Bonnie Willis, still going after Rudy and hi Braxy.
Say hi to your friend.
Braxy, pull a card.
You want to pull a card, Mommy? Okay, the question is, how will the new prosecutor do? You want to help? Okay, you pick this one. Which other one? You got to pick a card. Well, she only wanted to pick one, and she pulled the key, which is answers, access, yes. So that's Braxy's answer, is yes, she's going to get answers and access. Good job. Good job. Good
Sean,
job.
Braxy is a Cane Corso.
Cane Corso, an Italian Mastiff. Yep. Hi, baby.
For those new to the channel, new to watching Sunday nights.
Also known as Psychic Puppy. She's my little helper. She has an attitude. She's a diva. She'll cry and whine all the time when she doesn't get her way or she doesn't get attention. She's very needy, very sensitive, very loving. Good girl. Yes, I'm talking about you.
Ooh, I think he's going to win these. What are you getting, Johnny?
The continuation of something a woman started. There is the Six of Swords, the Star, and the Woman. So we're transitioning. We're going forward, progression. The Star is also what a person is doing now feeds what a person should be doing later. And so that's why the Star, I say, a continuation of whatever a woman started.
You know how they, this is going to take a while, Temperance. You know how they like get one person to flip on everybody else? I get that's going to happen. He's going to pull one in isolated, and it's going to surprise everybody that gets a new perspective. Like they know I'm going to jail, so I'm going to blab on everybody else that was involved in this. It's steady as she goes here. There's some evidence that ends up getting blocked somehow, but I get he wins it. May take a few months, but he wins these cases.
They just dropped 2 charges, and the right wanted to tout it as a victory, but the judge had to wait until the whole Fonnie Willis thing was finished because those 2 charges were not within his jurisdiction, and so that's why they were dropped. Not because he's innocent, but because they were not jurisdiction for his state.
I mean, for someone that claims to be innocent and a victim of everything, he sure does work overtime to make sure that the truth doesn't come out to prove his innocence. I'm just saying. So you guys want to ask a funny question of your choosing, whatever you want, please make it petty and crass and disgusting because we're on my channel and I really don't care.
I really don't care, do you? Melania.
I wasn't here. Apparently, someone said y'all read on the Bill Clinton and Donald Trump debacle.
Yeah.
The Donica
Do I have to read on such a thing? Is that what it is?
Bubba was Bill Clinton. Bubba, see what you get.
Old yam tits, Donica Lewinsky. Dude, they made songs about it. They made songs about Donald Trump.
Donica Yentis Lewinsky.
Oh my God.
Is Bubba Bill Clinton? Is that what I'm asking?
Because it was referred to as Bubba in the email.
Yeah, it says.
I'm surprised that Mark Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein's brother, was on so many of these. He knew what was going on, because I've seen interviews with him where he denied knowing that his brother was trafficking.
It's just.
It's mind-boggling. It's like,
it's bizarre. It absolutely. Oh, and that was another thing that came out in those emails from the estate, that Epstein was supposed to be getting a cabinet position. Do you guys see that?
Mm-hmm. He turned it down.
Nothing like putting your buddy, your business partner in child trafficking in a freaking. Like I said, there is no fucking bottom to that goddamn barrel. And whatever you think is on there, make it 1,000,000 times worse, because I guarantee you we are so off the mark on how bad. I am over here expecting them for those Epstein files to have evidence that not only was it a child sex trafficking ring, it was also a child sex trafficking cannibalism ring at this point. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine if Stephen Miller was a pedophile? I mean, talk about double case of the willies. He's so scary looking anyway. He would scare the crap out of kids.
I don't get a yes or no, but I do get it happened. That there is an actual person.
I got that it was like some sort of an executive, a senior financial executive of some sort that he was bribing.
I got it was somebody younger.
The strength card, which means that this was the subduing of someone or the seducing of someone, but it was there was no force, there was none of that. It was consensual, if you will. And the Knight of Swords.
You guys, I just thought of something. Donald Trump is our first convicted felon president, our first president to be impeached twice in his first term. Mm-hmm. And now he's going to be our first bisexual president.
And our first pedophile president.
I did not have him being the first bisexual president on the bingo card. I for sure thought we were going to break that ceiling with Pete Buttigieg.
Rumor has it it's Abraham Lincoln. He was the first. Rumor has it.
Oh, don't put him in the same box as Dave, man.
Probably is the first president.
Yeah. Because, shout out to the bisexuals. We don't want to group y'all in.
No,
but he's got to fit somewhere.
This is no shade, at all. Like, I'm a staunch supporter of LGBTQ+. That is why I hate Bruce Jenner. I hate that mofo with every fiber of my being. I will never call him, what's his name, Kristen or whatever? No. He didn't earn that respect within his community. Mm-hmm. So I got nothing else unless you guys want to ask another.
I got nothing else.
Crappy question.
I want to ask, how's the rest of this month going for Trump? Because they keep ushering him away from the media as quick as they can.
Oh, did you guys see that? Now he's doing away with tariffs. He decided he's going to do away with, even after the Supreme Court said, yeah, no, these are illegal. And then he came out and said he's going to do away with them.
You've already jacked up Christmas, dude. It's too late.
I don't know if he said because of the economy or because of inflation or something. Either way, it's like you created the fucking problem, you piece of shit.
You inherited a great economy and you jacked it up.
In less than a year.
We'll never get another job report, out of this.
In 10 months, he shredded it.
Peggy said, and he picked a bisexual president or vice president. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that motherfucker is straight up gay. That counts.
No, she said bisexual as it counts.
Bisexual. Smoky eyeliner, freaking that garbage pail kid.
That was the rest of going to go.
He'll probably grift on pictures of him and Epstein together. He grifts on everything.
At this point, His mugshot, his assassination pictures.
Isn't it funny how we've never heard about that ever again?
Ever again.
Never
I
again.
mean, for a person like him, he should be talking about that every day.
I survived a gunshot. It was like I was in Vietnam, man.
Yes, exactly. I mean, he should be talking about that every day. Do you know when I get called in to go to work, I tell everybody today was my day off. I tell everybody. Everybody I see, if I walk past a customer, I tell them, this is my day off. I came in to help. I think the rest of his November is going to go quite crappy, actually. Thanksgiving is next week, too.
Is it next week?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Not this
week
week.
after.
A week
Next week.
from Thursday.
Feliz Navidad. The Two of Pentacles and the Lover's card. There's some people that he is in tandem with here. The Two of Pentacles means that he's juggling some things, maybe some business decisions that are seemingly going well. There with the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, because there's some payout starting to come his way. The problem is that there is a lawyer there with the Justice Department or justice system. This could be funny or something like that. Not that she's involved, but her case is still there. But there's a woman here causing him legal issues, and they're severe because the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Swords, anxiety about theft. So maybe RICO and all of these type of things. He thinks these things should just vanish because he's president, and they haven't. And so he's going to have some more issues with a woman in the legal system.
He's going to be the ultimate liar, the magician, manipulating, spinning, weaving, everything. There's some kind of quid pro quo and a gift of money he's giving to somebody that's going to come into question, get everybody all riled up. It's a chaos thing to distract from the Epstein thing. But this thing about the children is not going away. It's just going to be there to haunt him night and day. It's not a good month for him health-wise either. I think he's going to take a nice long trip somewhere, lay low, and get somebody else to spin his image for him in the government. But ultimately, that's the card of the month, Trump. That's the card of the year. You're the loser.
I hope.
Not going to be good.
I don't have any Cheetos in the house, so please get your doll for me. I hope that motherfucker chokes on his goddamn yams. Or his French fries or whatever the fuck he's stuck in.
Throat chakra.
During Thanksgiving. So I did a box spread. He's right here. The children, first thing on his mind, it's the crossroads, a woman and a child. Decisions and choices. He's looking for alternatives to this woman that had a child or has children. Like a mother. Isn't Madame kind of like a mom?
Mm-hmm. At least to the one she's grooming, yes.
Yeah, so there's that. Okay, right here, he's in the government. He's also doing stuff. He's got the law right behind his back. And isolated, but he's generally, I think this mofo is drugged up on all sorts of stuff that he doesn't even know what his name is.
Mm-hmm.
There is him and a woman traveling here down the center, and an opportunity for him to travel. And then there's going to be something in the media about it. Again, the thing with the children is not going away at all. As a matter of fact, it just keeps coming up. It's on the corners. He's actively, because this woman is here. So I don't know if this is Ghislaine Maxwell or Pam Bondi, but there's two women, multiples and doubles with the crossroad, and then a woman here. So either Ghislaine Maxwell or Pam Bondi or both of them on top of other women that were involved with these children that are beautiful. That's getting a lot of media right now. See that here? That's the first thing on his mind, but it doesn't go away. He goes on a trip. He's looking for ways to spin the Epstein stuff. There's a woman that takes she has fame or celebrity of some sort. So I don't know if that's KKK Caroline or who. It could be one of the survivors that comes out that gets the spotlight, that becomes famous and well known. Because she knights the clover and then the bouquet, or the clover and the moon, and she sits on top of him. So she may take an opportunity to present herself to the media and talk about her and him and travel, or him traveling somewhere. Okay. But it appears that he's looking for ways to pull the levers within the judicial system, but there's no blockage. Do you see what I'm saying? It's still coming out. So like we discussed earlier, Pam Bondi saying that she's going to reopen the investigation for files that didn't exist, that are a hoax,
are still going to come out.
Could be a strategy to delay those files from coming, or at least from the Congress getting them, because it's an ongoing investigation. So that it was a creative way to keep it quiet. But that does not mean that the problem is gone. It's still there. It's still there. So that's his month. So unfortunately, if he drops dead, which I really, 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 really hope he does, it doesn't show it here. So that's unfortunate, but
keep checking the obituary, guys.
I mean, remember how much fun we had that one week when we all thought he was dead? That was like the best time of my life, really, truly. But yeah, that's all I got, you guys. Next week will be on Johnny's channel.
Oh Lord,
Tarot's Apprentice.
Mr. Tarot's
I
Apprentice.
mean, you better watch the news.
I'll watch it too. I'll text you if I see any crazy shit on TikTok.
Okay.
Oh my God, did you guys see the what is it? The trailers for the new Dracula movie that's coming out in February by Guillermo del Toro? Freaking phenomenal. So next year we're getting Guillermo del Toro is doing Dracula.
I have one of his decks.
Huh?
I have one of his decks.
Oh my gosh, the movie looks brilliant. A lot of people watched it for free online. I'm not about pirating stuff, so I'm not going to watch it. I'll wait for it to come out in the movies. It looks phenomenal. And we're getting Wuthering Heights as well next year. I'm like, inject that shit into my veins. And then
I love the book Wuthering Heights. The original movie, which was Laurence Olivier. The clips I've seen of this new one looks like they over dramatized it with this like fakey looking sunset to me. I mean, it was like it was a little over the top.
I haven't seen any of the trailers for Wuthering Heights. I don't even know who's going to be on the movie, but we're getting that. And then Benicio del Toro also said in an interview for his upcoming Dracula that he wants to do Phantom of the Opera. I'm like, my gothic loving freaking black heart is all in for this, dude. And next, do the monk, because that was salacious, and I love it. I want to go watch the Frankenstein one is on Netflix, so we can go watch that for those of you guys that still want to watch something.
A little escapism.
The Frankenstein one is on Netflix. I did not like Benicio del Toro's The Labyrinth. That one I thought was freaking weird. I didn't get it, but I only watched it once, and it was like decades ago. But yeah. So those are some show recommendations for you guys, and keep an eye out. Dracula comes out in February of next year, so I'm excited for it. I'm excited.
We need a horror show, right? Like we don't have enough horror going on in our government.
American Horror Story is coming back with The Coven again, which was I kind of stopped watching it after the one that was political. That was like not satire.
They're bringing Jessica Lange back, I think.
Jessica Lange is coming back. I was like, oh my God. at least if we're trapped in this bullshit simulation, at least give me good entertainment, because Jessica Lange was the best villain I have ever seen. And but they're doing The Coven again. They're bringing it back for another season. So yeah. And so
I don't know if I could watch it. It was pretty gruesome when it was on.
I watched it until the one where it was the political thing, where it was kind of like a Donald Trump. And I'm like, I'm already living this fucking nightmare. I don't need to be entertained by it. So I stopped watching it. But my favorite out of all the seasons that I watched was the original Coven. That one was hands down my favorite. So
spoiler alert for those who need catching up on South Park. Trump dumped the devil for JD Vance, and they were in bed together.
Oh my God. Dude, I cannot. Oh, did you see SNL?
Yeah.
SNL the other day after what was it? Does Putin still have the pictures of Trump blowing Bubba? And they were talking about how Donald Trump is trying to sue the BBC for allegedly altering his January 6th speech. And they're like, we have the full video right here. And they clipped it to where it says, and I blew Bill Clinton.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, yeah. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys tonight.
It was awesome. I love how on the news, SNL News, they were like, after a government shutdown, you got to catch up on all your emails. And they did a thing on the 16 emails. I'm going to catch up on all your emails now. 20,000 of them.
Oh my God. So yeah, I hope everybody has a great week. Stay safe out there. Get petty when you can, and be good with yourselves. Enough of this healing bullshit. Curse somebody. Curse a whole goddamn thing. Be petty. Write somebody's name and stick it in your shoe. Piss on it. Do what you got to do. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it'll make you feel better. So until next time, everybody.
I'm going to go stick pins in my couch. That's like a giant voodoo doll.
Jenny, if you have an elf on the shelf, it looks just like freaking JD Vance. I'm going to have to get mine because I'm not going to get a Trump one. I'll just get a
you put it on the couch and stick pins in it.
All right, everybody, have a good night. Bye.